Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. That's Justin's house. And this episode is time for another ServiceNow Store Highlights episode, version 08042023. It's our first episode in August, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be because I don't think the Vancouver stuff has all made it to the store yet. That might happen tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, so it might happen Thursday or over this weekend. I'm seeing notices on a portal there on the ServiceNow Store that there's maintenance scheduled for this weekend. So let's hop into this week's episode. This week's episode, there's 41 new or updated applications. If we switch this to category and take a look at just today's episode, we'll see the breakdown here. Nope, not February 17th. Let's try 804. There we go. We've got one downgrade, one fix, 8 highlights, 1 minor update, 11 new releases, and unbelievable, I think this is a record, everyone, 19 release notes fails. You're going to see there's 1 or 2 big offenders in that release notes fail. But yeah, this is probably the most release notes fail, which is a disservice to you, a disservice to those who want to know what's going on with new applications in the ServiceNow Store. Let's jump in and take a look at those release notes fails. And we'll see here, we've got Blue Voyant integration with security incident, book and pay, capital planning, capital projects, connected workspace, data content manager, diagnostic tool, expander configuration compliance, impact value management ITSM, Imprivata identity governance connector, ITSM connector for SAP, mobile platform, Now Assist for search, Nuvolo platform service, OT security, project space, regology, regulatory intelligence, and space. All had missing, incomplete, or repeated release notes, and for one of them, I'll just put my mouse over their name, they don't put release notes out. They're all behind a paywall, so you can't even see them if you wanted to. That's how it is for that particular company. So ServiceNow and these other companies, man, come on, we got to do better on the release notes so people know what they're putting in their environment and updating in their system. And this just works better for everybody if we know what's going on. So I'll get off that soapbox. Let's take a look at I don't think there were fixes, or maybe there was one fix here. Yeah, ticket connector, just a small update, a small fix, so not worth going into all the highlights for that one. There was no compatibilities. There was one downgrade. Let's check that one out. This one actually kind of tricked me. I didn't notice it at first. SuccessFactors spoke. If we come and look at it, I just happened to pick up that this was a downgrade. We're on version 4.0.3 right now, but 4.0.4 was released on July the 6th and has been withdrawn, and now we're on 4.0.3. So that's the new one there. So if you're using the SuccessFactors spoke, just know that there might be a bug or something on that one. Not a lot of detail. Again, that should be a release notes fail, but I wanted to call attention to the fact that there was a downgrade. Minor updates, CrowdStrike, Falcon Endpoint had some minor updates to their application. So again, nothing worth getting into the highlights for. And so that brings us to the new releases for this week. First up on our list of new releases is going to be Contender Solutions Elevate Predictive Automation. Leverage the power of AI's predictive intelligence to drive automation, enable seamless scalability, optimize cost, and enhance operational delivery. Key features on this one: incident event correlation, anomaly detection, predictive analytics, root cause analysis, streamlined support, cloud adoption/migration visibility, and DevOps infrastructure support. Underpinned by end-to-end monitoring and relational mapping by auto discovery, single pane of command to efficiently run IT operations through, central management of IT data, aggregated big data, machine learning, observability, engagement through a system of action. No screenshots on this one, so we will go to our next new release, which is going to be DigiCert Trust Lifecycle Manager. Straightforward certificate provisioning and management. Let's scroll down here to the key features. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them, plus a Q&A. Let's just hit that bulleted list there. Centralized visibility and control over their certificate landscape. Reduce risk of business disruption from certificate expiration or human error. Streamline operations with automation and configurable workflows. And increase agility for fast remediation or adaptation to changes in cybersecurity standards. This one actually does have some screenshots. Let's take a look. Here's a list of certificates. Next up is a list of pending certificate requests. We've got a request a certificate form there. It looks like a catalog item. Here's the API key configuration. I guess we're integrating with something to bring in those certificates, and then we're back to the list of certificates for that one. So that's what's new from DigiCert Trust Lifecycle Manager. Next on our list, let's get rid of the attachment window there. go away. Next on the list, Now Assist for Code. This is some of the new generative AI we're expecting with Vancouver, helping developers write scripts quickly with AI-generated code. Key features: text to code, generate code suggestions from a text prompt in a code comment, code completion, generate code suggestions from a code prompt, and single-shot prompts, generate code suggestions from a prompt with a combination of text and a code comment and code. That's neat. They're going to do it in single shots, so I wonder if we get multiple shots. Thank you, Jay Spenson, for teaching me single shots versus multiple shots. Here's the screenshots for this one. So let's see. They've got some text here in the script area, and that looks like normal. I don't see anything different there yet. Let's go to the next screenshot. So screenshot number 2, they've put in parentheses or a circle, and then... Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so let's go back. So on this one, they've written, write a function that queries incidents, and the AI, generative AI, is working, it looks like, and then it's putting in the code that they would need to do that queries incidents. So interesting that they're not showing how you do that, other than maybe the language of that. And then back to the original screenshot. So we got to see a glimpse of generative AI Now Assist for Code, or writing scripts in ServiceNow. Let's take a look at the next one for Now Assist for Creator. Also, generative AI helping creators build with the power of generative AI. Let's see the key features here. Generate code suggestions. Okay, this is the same key features I just read off for the code one. So let's take a look, see if we see anything different. Same screenshots, 1, 2, 3. Same ones. Okay, so I'm not sure then what the difference is between Now Assist for Creator and Now Assist for Code, but they look identical, or someone's made a mistake. Let's try Now Assist for CSM, see what that one looks like. Generative AI for Customer Service Management. Key features: case summarization that allows support agents to get a case summary on demand and gather context faster. Let's see what that screenshot looks like. Here is summary issue at the top, powered by Now Assist. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good idea from my opinion. So it's looking at everything and it's kind of giving a summary of what's going on without you having to go read all the details, catch up on the activity log, and see everything. So I give that an A+, having not actually used it, but that looks pretty cool. All right, next on our list is going to be for HRSD, maybe something similar here. Accelerate HR productivity with generative AI experiences. Again, yeah, same thing. Allow HR agents to instantly view the summary of the case topic, action items, and resolutions taken to date. Let's check out, we got 2 screenshots. A little bit more on the summary side here, so actions taken, resolution. And then go next, and it's showing in the, so we've got a workspace view of the case, and we've got a legacy UI view of the case there, giving the summary information for that HR case. So pretty cool stuff there from ServiceNow. Let's see, next on the list, Now Assist for ITSM. Supercharge your ITSM workflows with generative AI capabilities. Key features: generate an incident summary, which we just saw with the cases and for HR and CSM. Generate resolution notes. Improve the quality of resolution notes by providing a summary of steps taken to resolve the issue. This will offer valuable context to other agents who may encounter similar incidents in the future. Let's take a look at the screenshots for that one. We've got, there's the resolution information, field updated by Now Assist. And then put all that information in there for it. Let's go to the second screenshot. There's a problem summary up at the top, so summary of the issue. And here is a summary of an incident within Service Operations Workspace, kind of like we were seeing with CSM and HR. Here's the problem summary in the Service Operations Workspace. And incident resolution in Service Operations Workspace. So same thing as a legacy UI we just saw a couple screenshots ago, or that screenshot actually. It took us right back around to it. All right, so that's what's new from Now Assist for ITSM. Let's go to Qualtrics Connection Manager. Create exceptional customer frontlines and high-performing teams with the world's #1 XM platform. Scroll down here. Trigger Qualtrics workflows when a record is inserted or updated in a table. Allow ServiceNow administrators to configure access on a per user per table basis. Screenshots. We've got screenshots. Qualtrics ServiceNow event demo. So this is showing when a ServiceNow record is created or updated and the following are true. Add the contact info or distribute a survey. More configuration there around a flow or a trigger there. Here's the control each user in table access, so showing that control, and back to the original screenshot there at the beginning. So nice 3 screenshots there from Qualtrics LLC. Next on our list, Service Graph Connector for Terraform. This is a connector for Terraform. Imports your Terraform Cloud or Enterprise Provision resources into the ServiceNow CMDB. Key features: built-in support for selected resources from 4 major cloud providers: AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, VMware, vSphere. Extensibility to customize mappings for additional resource types. Terraform Cloud or Enterprise Organizations and Workspace Association. Support for importing tags assigned in the Terraform configuration. And 2 secure ways of importing resources from Terraform Cloud or Enterprise into the ServiceNow CMDB. We've got some screenshots for this one, so let's check that out. Here's looks like the guided setup to configure the Terraform connection. So that's great that they're using guided setup, make that easier for our administrators. Here's a scheduled data import, showing the flexibility there around running daily, weekly, monthly, periodically, or after the parent runs. And then here is the select CMDB classes to map to source data. This looks like still part of the guided setup, but just walking you through which classes to actually map over. And let's see, Terraform CMDB showing the virtual machine instance, and back to the guided setup. So that's what's new from HashiCorp Inc. for the Service Graph connector for Terraform. Up next is going to be UXC Generative AI. This is from ServiceNow. Platform app to enable Gen AI capabilities for Now Store apps. Key features: it includes the following: AI summarization and AI generated record resolution capabilities, corresponding definition configuration, and prompts. Script includes, and system properties to configure input fields used by the capabilities. So basically everything we saw in those apps looks like this is the supporting app to make all that happen. No screenshots on that one, obviously, so let's go to our last new release here: vulnerability response integration with Checkmarx CxSAST. There's an acronym I don't know. Let's see. Uses data imported from the CxSAST service to help determine the impact and priority of vulnerabilities in the code, as well as its dependencies. Key features: it's an integration with Checkmarx CxSAST server. Justin can't get the pronunciation right. Let's take a look at the screenshots. There's the Checkmarx vulnerability integration menu showing the configuration, integration, support, and import sets. Here is the configuration to configure the connection to it. Here is the application vulnerability integrations, showing them what they look like in the system there in a list view. Here's the scheduled job to do the integration, showing it being run on demand in this case, and setting a schedule or a date for the start time to do that. And let's see, next screenshot. Showing everything without the selection. So now the form has been completed, or they hit the execute button. There's the Checkmarx support, so if you need to contact them for support, and then back to the menu item. So that's what's new from Checkmarx Ltd. in the ServiceNow store this week, which brings us to our highlights. Last and not least here, we're going to go through our highlights. Let's take a look at what is updated in the ServiceNow store, and we'll start with Asset Track. Asset Track was updated to version 5.1.0, and oh yeah, this is the one, I remember this one. Those are like a really detailed release notes. So we have like 19 release notes fails of nothing, and then this awesome company puts out really good release notes. So you can see here the June 5th version showing all their new features and bug fixes. Well, now they've taken that, they've provided upgrade instructions and broken it down by audit to show all the new features and the bug fixes for audit. Then purchase order forms, all the new features and the bug fixes. Scanning, new features, bug fixes. Security and permissions, new features, bug fixes. Self-certification, bug fixes, and miscellaneous new features and bug fixes. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death with reading all of this, but man, this is the, like, where to strive to be like is detailed like this, so a customer knows exactly what they're going to get with this updated. Is there a bug fix out there that fixes an issue they're having? Is there an enhancement in a new feature that's something they may want to take advantage of and get into their testing environment so they can get it into production? And I love it, I love it, I love it. So thank you everybody, team at Asset Track and Asset Management International LLC AMI, for some great release notes on that update. I'm sorry I didn't read them all. It was a lot, but I love it, I love it, I love it. So I wish more were like that. Next up, ServiceNow Generative AI Controller. This we first hit the store in May. Looks like we're already seeing an update pre-Vancouver. There you can see the May 4th update. New in this one, new capability to analyze sentiment to measure customer satisfaction levels to better address their concerns or improve their services, and they're leveraging the GPT-4 models for improved response quality, and they fixed restriction on the Azure OpenAI deployment name to match the model name. So got another one there from ServiceNow for the Microsoft Azure OpenAI Generative AI Spoke. up to version 2.0.0, support for GPT-4 models, and restriction on the Azure OpenAI deployment name to match the model name. Up next for the updates, OpenAI Generative AI Spoke was updated to version 2.0.0 and has support for the GPT-4 models. So next it's going to be RBeam, a not ServiceNow application. RBeam was updated to version 1.2.2, and there's some new features and a bug fix. New features allow user to define the workflow approval process on an entitlement by entitlement basis. By default, processing for entitlement access proceeds as follows, and they list out how that works. And any of the above mentioned steps is now optional and under the configurable control through the Manage Entitlement Catalog application. Catalog item, sorry, not application. So giving some flexibility there around how that's configured. And bug fixes, removal of erroneous cross-application scope error message that we were receiving, I guess. So nice little fix there. So thank you to the team at Tiger LLC. Oh, Tiger LLC, is that? Oh, I'll take that offline. But yeah, thank you for that update from RBeam. All right, next on the list, Screen Meet, real-time video chat, screen share, co-browse, remote support, and remote control access to all workflows, updated to version 2.6.7. And in this one, they added a warning page when showing widget on Operations Workspace create form before incident/interaction is created, and it should also work with create new case screen and CSM configurable workspace. Normally, this will be a minor update or a fix, but I showed this one because it looked like there was something happened. It was withdrawn and then was re-released. So we were actually on version 2.6.4 before this. If we take a look at this application in my database where I'm crawling every week, you'll see that downgrade actually happening. So this is not a downgrade, this is an upgrade after it had been downgraded. So it's the good side of things, but yeah, so normally this would be a minor fix, but it actually is a bigger deal because we're going from this one that was withdrawn and the one before it to this newer one, 2.6.7. Of course, now when I try to call up, and we'll wait for it and I'll load it up. All right, so loaded up here. I'll just open the version histories and we should see that go 2.6.4, 2.6.6, back to 2.6.4, and then now 2.6.7. So it was downgraded back in July 11th, and then now in August it was upgraded to 2.6.7. So glad I had that history there to show you what's going on. We'll go to the next one here, ThreatQ. ThreatQ was updated to version 1.2.0, and the following list the features added in this version of the ThreatQ app. Also very detailed, thank you guys. Added to the app configuration page, the ability to enter a comma separated list of observables, relationships to be ingested from ThreatQ. Added to the app configuration page, the ability to enter a comma separated list of ThreatQ attribute names to be ingested during the enrichment. Same thing for observable properties names. Same thing, added separate columns in ServiceNow to store each object artifact. Changed the format of ThreatQ score from string to integer, and validated the app for Utah releases. All right, we have one more highlight, everyone. And Vivid Charts Data Engagement Platform was updated to version 1.4.2. They've got some fixes, and it was more than just a fix, so I put it in the highlights. Issue on the burn down chart to account for years where there are 53 weeks as a result of January 1st being on a Sunday. Issue with indexing on nested list charts, and issue with accessing the style menus for the list charts. Another great release notes from the team at Vivid Charts LLC. And that concludes our ServiceNow Store highlights episode. Let's take one more quick look at what you just saw. 11 new releases, 8 highlights, 1 minor update. We'll open the attachment window so that my head's not in the way. For the rest here, 1 fix, 1 downgrade, 19 release notes fails, and 1 not screened. That's interesting. I must have missed one when I was prepping. I don't think this has ever happened before. Let's get rid of my filters here, get rid of the category, and it says not screened. So you're going to see what I do before the show to get everything ready. Not screened means I haven't looked at it, so I don't know what's going on, and I don't see it. So that's interesting. So that means, okay, so if it's not screened, that means there's a problem with my update job there. So it's a little bug on my part. So let's just trick it into doing what I want here. I'm actually going to go to, let's go to the episode here. You're going to get behind the scenes, so hopefully you're sticking around and seeing me do all this here, but we'll get rid of that. And to get that not screened, so we should see this one go away, and if everything works, this will go to 41 applications instead of 42. I'm just going to change this highlight to a fix and then save it, and then I'm going to change it back to a highlight. And that what does is it triggers my flows in the background for an update, and now we see this not screened is gone, and we're down to 41 applications. So we need to redo the part at the beginning where I show the graphic of what is new. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this, and we should have a new look here. 41 applications. Let's go ahead and refresh this side. Oh, I can't refresh that side over there. That's interesting. So all right, it's 41 applications, 19 release notes failed, 11 new releases, 1 minor update, 8 highlights, 1 fix, 1 downgrade. And we'll just switch here to SSH episode and get rid of the filter. We'll clear there, and we should see, yeah, now 41 instead of what I showed at the beginning of the episode, now that I fixed and let that flow run like it should. So congratulations to you. You got to see behind the scenes of how this application works on the back end. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what got updated on the ServiceNow store and whether you should be prioritizing that in your ServiceNow instance. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.